This is Smart Chain by Sonible, an intelligent channel strip that I'll use to take these unfinished stems to a finished mix. Smart Chain brings a fresh approach to your workflow. You never have to leave this one plugin window. It has intelligent processing modules that will set themselves up automatically, and the auto-leveling feature will do rough gain staging across your whole mix, saving you a bunch of time. So this is my project. I got all of these stems from our researcher Tiago, who's releasing music under the name Clinically Sane, and I've tossed them all in here with the level all over the place. I want to use the auto-leveling feature, so I make sure that all of my track faders are set to 0, because Smart Chain is doing the gain staging for me, and any manual changes I want to do within Smart Chain. And next, I'm doing a really crucial step to get the most out of Smart Chain, which is choosing the correct profile for every instance. So I'm gonna go in here and choose vocals low for my main vocals. On this background vocals track, I'm choosing the vocals backing profile, and it's already becoming apparent why this is such a crucial step. Background vocals, of course, need different settings applied than main vocals. Less output gain, different equalizer and compressor settings, and this kind of intelligent processing can only be done if Smart Chain knows what you're trying to achieve with the instance on your track. Gonna go down the line here: guitar, electric, synthesizer, lead, and so on. And now I'm going to make the magic happen. I'm going to select all of these instances, click on this Learn button up here, and let Smart Chain analyze my audio material, set up the processing modules and the auto-leveling. But it's really important to choose the correct part of the song to play for Smart Chain. For most songs, that's going to be the chorus. If you see here with the time selection I've made, all of the instruments, all of the tracks have some good information in there that's like properly loud. In this bridge part, for example, a lot of the instruments I have in this track aren't playing. And learning on that would mean that Smart Chain tries to make whatever is in there, maybe there's some noise, maybe there's some bleed, sound like a guitar, a synthesizer or whatever, which obviously isn't going to work. So as I said, time selection set for the chorus where all of the instruments are playing. Then I'm selecting all of these instances, starting the playback, clicking on this Learn button. And we can see the analysis taking place. Takes a few seconds for all of them to finish up. And we're already quite a bit closer to a decent mix. All of the massive level inconsistencies have been dealt with. Let's bypass all of this. And we can also see that in all of these instances, equalizers have been set up, compressors have been set up, de-essers and input riders have been set up, and the auto-leveling is doing its thing. And that's just, as I said, doing rough gain staging for me. So if I turn that off, all of these level inconsistencies are coming back. Turning it on, the bass goes into the background, the vocals are nicely audible. I have two parameters I can control here. First one is the target. So if I turn this up, that's just going to turn up all of my instances basically. And then I have the genre, and I'm going to choose rock. And this is going to make the gain staging more in line with what a rock song is supposed to sound like. Louder vocals, louder guitars, stuff like that. All of my instances have been learned, have the correct profile, and I'm sitting here with what is a pretty decent rough mix that I can now further refine. And we need to think in groups of instances here. Quite literally, we're making some groups inside this project. I can make a group by clicking on Manage Group and clicking Create Group here, or I can use this plus icon here. So I'm making one group for the instruments, one for the vocals, one for the drums, and then I'm adding all of the instances by dragging and dropping. Inside these groups, I have access to this front, middle, back panel. And what this does is it's going to use EQ and compressor settings to push my instance back or pull it to the front. I'm gonna pull my kick to the front. It's already hitting harder. The snare to the front. Nicely audible now. And the room, that needs to go to the back. Probably the tom also needs to go to the back. So really quickly, I've created a hierarchy. And for example, if I select the kick again, pull that to the back, I can hear how it gets less audible, and I can also see how the equalizer changes. Really emphasizing the lows when I put it to the front. And also, it's changing the way the compressor works. Look at the shape of the compressor, the shape of the waveform as I put it to the back. It's compressing a little bit more when I put it to the back. That's because none of the settings are changing, but the actual shape, the way that the attack and release are being treated are changing. So this is sounding good to me. Gonna do the same thing on my instrument group. And in this case, I want to pull the guitar to the front because that's a rock track, of course, very guitar heavy. The synthesizer I also want to put to the front. You can hear the little stab coming through nicely. And I think the bass, that goes to the back. And again, let's just play around with it, put the bass to the front. And it's getting much more audible. And again, I can also see the equalizer change here. Last group that I want to work on, the vocals. The main vocals need to go to the front. Obviously, those are the star of the show. Or the doubles in the middle, and then the background vocals go to the back. And now we can also go in and change the offsets of these groups. So, for example, maybe I'm thinking that the drums can be a little bit louder. Just increasing those a little bit. Vocals might also need to go up a bit. That's too much. I'm liking this. The vocals are coming through, the drums are coming through. That's how I want my rock song to sound. I'm happy with what I've got so far. This mix is already sounding quite good to me. But now I can go in and do some individual changes, play around with my single instances and with the processing modules inside of those instances. First thing I want to do is make my bass a little more audible. Just gonna go into the bass instance, turn up the trim, something like that sounds good. And then I'm gonna work on my guitar. I have these two flavor sliders here controlling the equalizer and the compressor. I want my equalizer to be a little bit more bright. And I think I want my compression to be a little bit more dense. Make it really fuzzy. Just to give it that compact rock feeling. And then, obviously, it's a rock song, so I want some saturation on my guitar. Turn that on. Can turn it up. Probably too much. Let's turn that down again. Last thing I want to do is I noticed that on my main vocal there's just a little bit of bleed. You can hear that easily. Maybe I wouldn't change a thing. And that's an easy fix. I'm just turning on my gate. But maybe I wouldn't change a thing. But maybe I wouldn't change a thing. Because it's a vocal, for good measure, throwing the De-Essing on there. You've seen what Smart Chain can do. Let's check out the AB again. And if you want to get in on a cutting-edge workflow, check out the 30-day trial at sonible.com.